everybody, Casey here with Triple K Art Studios. I'm here with Keelani, and today we're going to talk about Mother's Day. This is for all you dads out there because the kids did not come home with Mother's Day gifts this year, so I'm going to help you out. So we're going to start with a couple of simple things that you can do at home with your kids. You're going to need just a few materials, so let's get to work. We're going to start with footprints. See these little baby feet? It would make me so happy to get a card with my baby's feet on them for Mother's Day. For this activity, you are going to need a piece of white paper. You're going to need some acrylic paint or any sort of paint that you can squirt out of a tube. I'm just using some cheap tubes of acrylic paint. I'm going to use red and white to make pink. If you have other colors that you'd like to use, you can use those as well. I don't have pink, so I'm going to mix the colors to obtain pink. You're also going to need a plate or a piece of newspaper, something to mix the paint on. You will need a paintbrush, some crayons, a glue stick or some Elmer's glue, some scissors, baby wipes, or a wet paper towel. And then also, we will need some newspaper. This is just the Menards ad. We also will need some sort of background mounting paper for this. We want it to look nice, don't we? For this activity, we are going to need a square piece of paper, and I have a rectangle. So what I like to do is I like to make myself a template. So I take the corner and I fold it down to the bottom edge of the paper like this, and I crease it like this, and then I cut off this extra piece right here, and when we open it up we will have a square. So I'm going to cut off this rectangle right here. That way when I open up my paper, I have a square. And since we don't want Mom's Mother's Day gift to have this great big crease in it, I use this as a template so I can just trace off that edge and have a perfect square. I'm going to line that template up with my new piece of paper. I'm going to take a pencil, trace that line, and then cut along the line to cut off that rectangle. Have that line, I'm going to cut it off. So now I have a square paper that I can put the footprints on. So we're going to try to do something creative today with Keelani's footprints. I'm going to mix pink. So I'm going to add just a little bit of red to a lot of white. I don't have pink paint, so I'm going to mix them. You can buy pink paint, you don't have to mix the colors. I'm going to take a paintbrush, mix them together. It's a little bit light. I'm going to add a little bit more red to it. That might be too much. Mix it together. That's more like it. Nice dark pink. Since Keelani is a baby, I am going to need something sturdy to place the paper on as I'm pressing her foot down into the paper. An older child could just possibly put their foot on the floor and press down, but she is not able to, so I'm going to have to do that for her. So I'm going to look around to find something to use. Let's prepare the background just a little bit. You're not going to want just a bunch of white paper in the background. I'm an art teacher. I like things colorful. I like things to look complete. So we're going to use the crayons and add just a little bit of a texture on the background, and we're going to use our Menards ad in order to obtain that texture. So I'm going to take a piece of the paper, crinkle it up, and then I'm going to stick it underneath my white background. And then I'm going to very lightly color on top of that just to add a nice little background texture. I'm using a light blue crayon just because I want it to look like the sky. It's kind of more of a gray, I think it's called Cadet Blue. Yep, this is Cadet Blue. Okay, I added a little bit of a texture to my background. I colored in 2 directions. After that, we are going to get ready to print the footprints on the background. I have a baby wipe ready. I have the baby ready. She thinks she's ready. I'm going to take a hard surface, place the background on the hard surface, and then we are going to paint the left foot on the right side of the paper and the right foot on the left side. We're going to try to make the shape of a butterfly. I'm going to start with the left foot. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Is that tickle? Is that cold? I'm just using a paintbrush, just painting the bottom of her foot. And then I'm going to raise it up as high as I can, slide the paper under it, and we're going to print the left foot on the right side. Press your toes down, babe. Good job. That's perfect. So I have the left footprint on the right side. I'm going to use the baby wipe. Immediately clean off the paint. If not, I'm going to have a big mess here in a little bit to clean up. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap in between the 2 footprints because in the middle we will draw the body of the butterfly. We're doing that last because sometimes footprints don't go where you want them to go. Now I'm going to paint the right foot. Here we go. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Does that tickle? Does that feel nice? Does that feel nice? Yeah, you just want to get this everywhere. She's really fighting me now. Okay. So now we're going to go right beside the other footprint. We're going to leave a small gap so we can have the body of the butterfly. Go beside it. You ready? Here we go. She's doing an excellent job. Good job. Okay, so there's how our footprints turned out. We're going to turn it into a butterfly. After the footprints dry, we're going to turn it into a butterfly and write a cute message on the background. So after the feet are printed, we're going to take a black crayon and we're going to turn it into a butterfly. And kids can do this. As you can see, my 2 footprints, they're not perfect, but she's 5 months old. I was lucky to actually get footprints on here that look like footprints. So in order to turn this into a butterfly, I'm going to use black, and I'm going to draw just a very simple oval right in between the 2 feet. I'm going to color it in. And then I'm going to give my butterfly a head. We're going to draw a circle on the head. My butterfly needs antennas. And there you have it, a little butterfly. We can write a cute message to Mom on the background. The next thing to do is to mount it to make it look nice. Find a piece of colored construction paper. You can glue it onto the background. If you'd like to trim a little bit off of the edges to make the background pop a little bit more, you can. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim a little bit of the edges. It does not have to be a straight cut. Sometimes a more natural cut looks a lot better for things like this. I curved up the cuts a little bit just to show you. Now I'm going to take this and glue it to the pink background and then I'll trim it. after it's glued to the pink background, I'm going to cut off this extra piece to make it look like a square. And there you have it. Don't forget to have your children sign their names on the back, write Mom a special message of their own, and put the year 2020. Happy Mother's Day. Good luck. Thank you for watching.